And I was making those recordings for me, frankly. I just want that live sound. But capturing that live sound that's quite elusive. That's a real challenge. I went to an organ concert at Grace Cathedral in San Francisco and heard this young organist who was then a doctoral student at Stanford University. His name was James Welch. I leaned over and whispered to Cheryl, "I've got to record this guy." I recorded him at the All Saints Episcopal Church in Palo Alto, and they have a lovely small Flentrop tracker action organ there. I absolutely adore Flentrop tracker action organs. And they have an articulation, a detail, a harmonic structure which is delightful to me. That album was called Recital. And Recital was recorded on the Revox with the 414s. I modified an Audio Research SP3 preamplifier to have microphone inputs, and it sounded dramatically better than the microphone inputs on the Revox. The Beethoven and Enescu recording was made at Mills College Concert Hall in Oakland, California. The pianist Julie Steinberg, that we did a lot of work with, David Abel, wonderful violinist. We talked with them about doing recordings. The first one of those that we did was sonatas for violin and piano, music of Beethoven and Enescu. It was recorded with the Revox. I had done some piano recordings before then, but recording violins was a new challenge for me. I will usually walk around the instrument as it's playing, and you'll find again a part of that geography around the instrument where it has that delicious sound. The sound that I think that's the optimum violin sound for me. In this instrument, it was getting up on a ladder and changing my ear height relative to the instrument, and hearing that, you know, at a relatively high height above that instrument, it really came together beautifully. And that's where I put the microphone. And that's one of my all-time favorite recordings. I would put that recording up against any chamber music recording.
You know, for years, walking into the vault, there are stacks and stacks of master tapes. And I've always wondered, well, what are we going to do with these? Bruce Brown at Puget Sound had been in contact with us, and he showed extreme interest and wanted to be a part of the project. So he has several A to D converters, and he asked us which one we wanted to use. And so in the course of the conversation, we'd all mutually agreed, let's get as many samples as possible.
He allowed us to sample 4 or 5 different converters.
They were all sent to us without any labeling, so it was just about the sound. When that listening experiment was over, which was really interesting because there were big differences. It wasn't just subtle differences, big differences between them. We picked our winner and we went with that.
So all of our downloads are done through that A to D converter.
The transfers have this spaciousness about it, and they just seem so alive.
They were much better than the CDs. There's no comparison between them and the CDs. And in many instances, as good or better than the LP, really.
So as added content for each album, we've recorded interviews with Dave Wilson, you know, talking about his experience and those intimate conversations that we were having during the quality assurance section. I wanted other people to be able to have that experience, to hear what took place and what went into the recordings, and little tidbits on what to listen for. And so it'll be really fun to hear everyone, you know, talking about what they hear in the music, and if they can hear the things that Dave talks about.